Hey everybody, it's Dina Rico with the Creativity Cave, and as usual, I'm so happy to be stamping with you. I hope you guys are excited for what I think is a very pretty card. It is perfect for fall, but what I love about this card is if you changed up the colors, you would have a great card for spring, summer, or even winter. I just love how pretty this stamp set is and how pretty these colors are together for fall. So I'm using the stamp set Bunch of Blossoms along with the coordinating punch, which is the Blossom Builder Punch. Oh, look at that. See, look, you can see this is my phone case right here. And there's my smile. Hello. Sorry, that looks weird. I apologize. I just had to show you that reflection in my stamp is showing my camera, which is right here, which is actually my phone. Okay, I digress. Back to the stamping. I love the stamp set because there are 3 different styles. Well, I shouldn't say 3, but there's 2 different styles with this. There's the watercolor look, as you can see with these 2 images, and they're 2 steps. So like you stamp this one and then this one on top. And then there's also the line images. So you could do the line images and color them in with your aqua painters, or you could stamp them and punch them out, or you could stamp all 3 layers together. The sky is the limit. It's really fun. So that is one really great thing about the stamp set. The other is that it has some really nice sayings in here, and I just love them. Now, I am always needing thank you cards because I send a lot of thank you cards. In fact, I'm a little behind right now, but I'm about to catch up, and I'm super excited about that. Anyway, I love just the different sayings that come with the set. So it's a great versatile set. And of course it's bundled with the punch that punches those images out. And I've got some really awesome tips for how to use this. So I really can't wait to share that with you. So what I did is I took a 1/4 sheet of cardstock and I just put my punch in here all the way, punched it out, boom. And then I marked the bottom of my punch and the top of my punch. And that helps me so that when I go to stamp my images, I can figure out where to place them as well as where they will line up with my punch really well. And since I pushed it in all the way, I kind of know what the limits are of my punch. Now let me explain to you in a little bit more detail what I mean by all of that. So first of all, I'm going to use a scrap piece of cardstock. And I'm going to stamp the first more solid image. And I'm going to use my little template to line this up on the cardstocks to make sure I have room to punch both images out. And so I stamped off the first layer of ink with this. This is Rich Razzleberry. Then I'm going to do the more detailed image on top of it in full strength Rich Razzleberry. Okay, and then I'll do the same with the other image. Now, of course, for my card, I could use the other color of ink, but my stamps are inked up in Rich Razzleberry right now, so that's why I'm using it. Okay, so there's my first one. Okay, now when I go to punch this, you can see that I am going to also punch out this stuff right here because I can't not punch things out. So if I want to avoid wasting all of this paper, because let's face it, I could just do the 2 petals all the way down. What I want to do is actually start at this side of the cardstock because whatever is behind here and I punch off won't matter. It's waste, but I won't cut into the next image if I go this way over. Okay, let me do a couple more and you'll see what I mean by that. Okay, so I'm just stamping off the first layer of ink and doing the second one full strength. And because my camera phone is in the way, I don't line them up exactly perfectly, but that's okay because I did a bunch of beforehand, so they're all perfect. Thank you, Miss Martha Stewart, for teaching us wonderful demonstrators how to have the magic of TV, right? I mean, that's like her thing. Okay. Now, this is all going to make so much sense when you see how wonderful this little template is for saving your cardstock. Okay. So you can see I did 2 in a row. And when I go to punch, if I were to punch this one first, you can see I would be cutting into these, and I don't want to do that. So if I start on this side and punch over here, I'm not going to cut anything off of this one. Okay, so here are my petals. The other one, oh, it's in my lap, of course. There's those two. Then I'm going to move this over, and then whatever's behind these two petals, who cares, because we're already done with that piece of cardstock, but I'm not cutting off anything in front of it. So that is what makes it so awesome. Isn't that a great tip? I hope you guys like that one. Are you at home nodding feverishly saying, oh yes, Dina, you share the most amazing information with us. I don't know how I'd live without you. Thank you. Okay, so now that we have our punches, I've shown you our template. Let's put this card together because it actually is pretty easy. Okay, so I have all these cardstock pieces that I've cut. I'm going to start with a really messy piece of cardstock. So let me grab another. I have a file of cardstock that I have pre-cut. Half sheets and like quarter sheets that are trimmed in different lengths. Oh my gosh, this has cardstock on it too. What is the deal? Whew. Thank goodness, a clean one. Okay, so I fold my card in half. Then I'm going to layer up, and all of the pieces of cardstock and the dimensions are on my blog post for this. You can find that in the link, or you can find the link in the description of this video. And I also have all the colors, the supplies I used, and everything posted so that you can easily see, as well as links to my online store, because I know you're just going to die about how awesome this card is, so you got to get all the stuff. Okay, so I've placed my printed paper. This is from the Moroccan DSP pack, and then I can adhere this to my card as well. So I've kind of built everything up. I kind of like this 2 layers of crumb cake cardstock. It just makes for a fancier card, I think. All right, now I have a scrap paper of Cajun Craze. I've got crumb cake on the mind, huh? Cajun Craze cardstock, and I'm just going to punch 2 of these flowers. Okay, and I'll get all the rest of the junk out. And you know me, I gotta kind of wiggle. By the way, I apologize. I am covered in ink. I had a class this morning, and I've been stamping and trying to get myself organized. I'm a little behind. We have, if you have seen any of the news, I live in Cedar Falls, Iowa, and there's been really bad flooding here. The last, it started Friday, and we've been doing some things. Yesterday, I did a little bit of volunteering to try and help some people that have been affected by floods. I've got several people I know are struggling. I don't think anybody's lost everything, which is really good, but it's been a really tough few days here. Yesterday, my daughter and I delivered a bunch of bleach and water and sponges and boxes. I just happened to have a couple of Stampin' Up! Boxes that I was able to donate to help people out. And I'm so happy to be able to do that. Okay, so to finish putting this card together, I'm going to actually grab, I have this little scrap paper I've been stamping on. This is all my stamp offs have been on there. So I have my squiggled up flower, 2 flowers that I've offset with one another with a glue dot. I'll set that aside for a minute. Then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to wiggle my petals. And each of these, I did 4 big petals and 4 small petals. And each of these will form the flower. Okay, and then I have some leftover pieces because, you know, I kind of kept going. I can put those in a little cello bag or clear envelope or whatever, regular envelope, and then I can just stick this inside with my case so that when I come to use this next time, I will have some more ready to go in there in case I want to make a different project with them. Okay, so I'm going to wiggle my little petals as well. And then to adhere this together, it's really easy. But what I want to do is kind of place these on my card just to get an idea of the placement. So they're roughly going to go like that, the 4 petals. And then I want to add the stem and leaf in. So to do that, I'm going to use my old olive ink. And then there is a stem. And okay, so I can see it's going to go right about there. I want to leave room for my greeting, but there is my stem. And then I'll do the leaf. I'll stamp off the first. So I have a lighter color for the base, and then of course full strength for the one that goes on top, and that looks so nice. I just love that watercolory look. Makes me look like I'm a professional watercolorist without any of the skills. Oh, do you like this? If one is not better, or if one is not good enough, two is better, right? Okay, so I'm just going to put a couple little strips of my fast fuse down. You could use glue dots too, whatever you're most comfortable with. And what I want to do is just place these petals like 90 degrees from one another, so they're basically right across from each other. Same thing here. And what we're trying to do is create a nice square, and I guess it's okay, image. Okay, so a nice squared up flower. Then we're going to put some adhesive on the tip of each of these petals. And last but not least, we'll do the same thing with these. We'll kind of square them up right in between. And of course, the more dimensional you have wiggles in them, or the more wiggles you have in your flowers, the more dimensional they will look. And if they need a little foofing, you can certainly do that. Okay, so my flower is really nice looking. Last, I will take my glue dot and adhere the center. And of course, I like the idea of a pearl in the center. So let me grab a pearl. And I will just stick that right there. So pretty. Okay, last thing. There is one more thing. I need to stamp the saying. I'm going to do that in some black ink. Thank you very much. Oh, so pretty. Now I did one more little thing. There's another detail. I've got my gold Wink of Stella, and I'm just going to kind of go over the darker areas of my Delightful Dijon petals. That's what color these are, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that. Okay, and this you can see is kind of a color to it, where the clear Wink of Stella is just clear, of course. But I'm going to do one more thing. Now when I do this, I want to get rid of all the stuff that's around, because this can get on there. And I'm going to take my Wink of Stella and use the cap as something to hold on to, and I'm just going to tap on here. Okay, and when I do that tapping business, you can see I get little spritzy speckles, and look at the shimmer that gives me. Oh, so awesome. I really kind of like that. This petal is sticking out. Does that bug you? I'm trying to shove it in there a little. Is that working or not? It's a little better. It was just bugging me. Do you ever do that? Do you make a card and you're like, oh, okay. I do it every once in a while. Now let's come back to my card base that I had put together. I also want to adhere my layer of cardstock that I can place right on here. This is Delightful Dijon. Again, all those measurements are on my blog, because even if I wanted to tell you right now, I couldn't remember them. Are you kidding me? Okay, and I've placed that on there. So pretty. Oh my gosh, I just love it. Now, if you would like to order any of these things, again, please check out the link in my blog post. It's in the description of this here video. All the details are there, along with some photos or more photos and everything you need to know about this card. If you need to order them, though, I'd so appreciate you ordering through my online store. And if you order during the month of September, I have a special little package that is going to go out to you to say thank you. It's a cute little, it's like a mini class. So I can't wait for you guys to see it, because it's really awesome. And if you have ordered from me since July 17th, yes, that is the cutoff date, you will also get one, and they are starting to go out probably tomorrow or the next day. I'm so excited. Anyway, thank you guys so much for stamping with me. I had a great time. Have a wonderful day. Bye.